Afro chicken butt, that's who.
What's going on, guys? This Afro chicken butt bringing you how to get better at Rainbow Six Siege. So why don't we go ahead and get into it. First and most importantly, you need to get a headset. Rainbow Six Siege is based on hearing enemies' movements, and everything you do in Rainbow Six Siege makes sound. So if you do not have the equipment to be able to keep up with everyone else, you will be at a huge disadvantage. Cop that headset. Second, you need to chat with your teammates. You need to know where the enemies are and how to strategically outplay them. If you are not using your headset, you are already being strategically outplayed in one factor of the game that is a necessity. Communicate with your teammates. Third, you need to learn how to strategically move around the map. If there's a guy and you know he's in the room next to you, don't walk through the door because he will be pre-aimed, ready to kill you. What you need to do is find another way to get to him that he wouldn't expect. This is where your creativity can come into play. You can blow up the ceiling from above him and come down on him and take him out from above. You can go below him and blow up the floor under him and take him out that way. You can take out the walls from the sides of him and go at him that way. Or you can use one of your specialist abilities and take him out that way. There are so many different options on how to take someone out, and all you have to do is be unpredictable. Fourth, do not, when you see an enemy, start firing guns blazing like you're playing Call of Duty, because you will die, you will lose every gunfight. You need to learn the strengths and weaknesses of your gun and use it to your play style. For example, in the gameplay, I'm using the MP7. The MP7 is a close-range, fully automatic submachine gun. The best way for it to be utilized is in close-quarter situations. I also have a suppressor on it to keep me off the map and keep my sound signature as low as possible. That way, if there are two enemies in close proximity of one another, I will be able to take one out without the other one knowing exactly where I am on the map. Fifth, in the start of the round when you attack, you start with a little robotic car that has a camera. Do not get it blown up and keep it somewhere safe so you can utilize it during the round. You can pre-check corners, see where enemies are before you even move into an area. This, in return, will make sure that you do not get hurt in situations that you don't need to be in. For example, if you were thinking of rappelling into a window, first, go check with your little robot car if there's an enemy near the window. If there is, find another way in, or find a way to take out that opponent without him having an advantage on you. Sixth, know your sensitivity. Do not come into the game trying to find lobbies without first going into terrorist hunt and trying to get a hang of the game. If the controls feel too slow, mess with your sensitivity. If they're too high, lower it. Not everyone is the same, so don't go using someone else's sensitivity thinking that you are going to be a boss at the game instantly. Seventh, know that pushing in the left stick and right stick while you hold down the aim down sights with L2 or LT, because this gives you a huge advantage in gunfights. You will be able to tilt around corners, and most of the time people will not be able to react quick enough to be able to hit you first. So really learn to utilize this. This is one of the biggest factors of doing well in this game. Eighth, you need to understand how to move with your teammates. If you all are moving in a cohesive manner and strategically thinking out every move, you will be almost unbeatable. Because numbers in Rainbow Six Siege is everything. If you can strategically move in on two guys, you guys will win that gunfight 9 out of 10 times. Which brings me to the 9th point, chemistry. When you have chemistry with other players, you will know what to do in certain situations. The more you play with the same people, the better you guys will get as a unit, and the harder it will be for a bunch of individuals to defeat a team. Tip number 10. Practice your aim. Go into terrorist hunt and turn off your aim assist and get used to feeling what it's like to aim at people when you do not have aim assist on. Because when you play online, you do not have aim assist. And trust me, you think practicing is weird? For this game, you're gonna need practice. It only gets harder when you get online. So if you're not being effective in terrorist hunt, you shouldn't be playing online. Keep practicing until everything becomes easy for you, and then go online and see how much of a difference it makes. Tip number 11. Please turn up your brightness. The game's standard brightness is a little dark for most people, so definitely put that up to a point where even on the darkest maps in the game, you're able to see everything. Because if you can't see your enemy will defeat you. Tip number 12. Slow and steady wins the race. The slower you move, the less people hear you. There's no need to go rushing all over the map trying to take people out like it's Call of Duty. This game is not Call of Duty, and you will die every single time if you are just rushing all over the place. Be strategic, move with the environment. Don't get caught in a corner because you will die. That being said, this does not mean for you to just sit in the same place the whole round and not move an inch. You should be moving, but just not so much that you're putting yourself at risk. Tip number 13. Don't be afraid to move on defense. When you are on defense, do not lock yourself in a room with all your teammates, because that will give the enemy a single route to kill you. All that needs to be done is 1 or 2 grenades thrown and 2 of you are dead and they're rushing on you like white on rice. So, don't be afraid to move, because moving away from the defense is the best way to flank opposing players. They do not expect you to be moving away from the bomb site or the hostage or whatever situation you're in. But if you do such a thing, you will be able to pick people off from places they're not expecting you. There have been plenty of times where I have just sat in a corner just waiting for people and they weren't expecting me, so they walk right by me and have a free kill. These types of things make life a lot easier for your team when all of you are doing your own key things and working together on defense to keep an area secure. Security! And the most important tip of all, tip number 14, have fun. Because if you're not having fun, why play? Video games are meant for enjoyment, so if you're having a bad time, take some time off, get level-headed, and get back on. This is Afro Chicken Butt. Please like, comment, and subscribe. And remember,